Hello, dear friends. It's Fisher here. So today we continue with our story, "The Power of the Spirit," by Alfred Hosp. In book, it's referred as Freddy. We will continue to talk about the story 14. This is part B. So in part A, there was a woman complaining about her husband. And then she complaining about her husband to Bruno. And then Bruno explained to her, and it takes lots of love and lots of considerations, and also before the one can change anybody else, and the one has to change themselves. Okay, now we continue with part B. So after Bruno said to the woman, and then so she first should put in practice what she believes, and then when her husband ready, and then can gently tell him about the great return, which is like how she has been able to be so considerable and to be so patient. Okay, but after Bruno said that, the woman said, "Hi, Mr. Groning. How can I be so nice to him when he is such a rotter and takes every opportunity to ridicule and even humiliate me? Yes, and love? For us married couples, that was extinguished a long time ago. Ah, Mr. Groning, life is horrible, you know. I often think that I can't go on." Obviously, she wasn't happy and she wept bitterly. And Bruno gave an example by saying, I will explain it to you with an analogy. As you know, an unripe apple is very unimpressive. It is as green as grass, feels rock hard, and tastes, if you bite into it anyway, terribly sour. In short, unripe fruits are inedible and also bad for your health. But if you give them the time they need in order to ripen, they become wonderful and are then also easily digestible. It is just the same with a person's character. As long as they are not ripe, they are, so to speak, inedible, and many difficulties will arise while living with them. But in this case, the other partner needs to show a great deal of consideration, warmth, and spiritual love, and so that here too, a process of ripening will be started in their closed-up soul, just as happens in the apple on account of the sun's rays. You cannot get anywhere by forcing and lecturing someone, because that only wakes up the inner resistance. It is important to trust in God's help and guidance in this situation as well, and to let time is God, do its work. So my dear woman, now finally have the trust that you need, and then your husband too, sooner or later will recognize what is right, and then thank you that you have been so careful and considerate with him. So finally, let this go. Otherwise, you cannot be helped. So it's basically like these words, like Bruno used an analogy just to tell us like how the process of the soul it works, like the fruits. So basically, like the fruits always have the timing: watermelon, apple, orange. Even when we grow garlic, so veggies, they all have different timings, and so does human soul. Okay, every soul has different timing to ripen in this case basically like has different timing to be sweet, be nice, be peaceful, or be loving towards other souls. So, and then it takes like a great deal of consideration and love, warmth, as what Bruno said. And so that is the case. So it's not easy at all. So when you're living with somebody who's always very self-centered and hardly consider the common interest between you and him or between you and her, so it's always like very difficult. And then of course, and the other party has to like show great love and patience. Yes, patience. Dear friends, so we need always have patience. And I say this and read out this book, like this verse to you, and I say to myself too. So because I am always been little in a hurry, like I'm in a relationship. My wife, she's a very wonderful person. She's has a good heart, but she just have a completely a different like personality to me. So that naturally caused a tension between us. So I've been telling myself and be patient, we should be patient and patient. And patience should be your virtue. So, and I can tell you, like, it's difficult. It's very difficult. I've been married for 5 years, and I'm still been telling myself to be patient. So, and I confess I have a tendency to basically lecture. So because I'm older, naturally I now have more life experiences, maybe a little bit more life skills. So I tend to lecture my wife and then show her the way, and then I consider as right, or I consider as efficient. So I like being efficient. So this way save me time. But sometimes, and then I think, and then I should pull back. So just let the time does its work, and let my wife like improve herself, and also trust God. Like in this case, basically trust God will make the positive change like in my wife. So this way we can always work like together, and of course I always like pray to God, so God will make positive change in me too. So, and I'll be more patient and be more loving. Yeah, so that's what basically like the story telling us. So the Bruno trying to say, comparing a person's character to a fruit, an apple. So there's different ripening process and a different time, and then it really takes a great deal of love, and we have to let go our judgment, okay, and our impatience. If we don't let go the bad, then the good will not come. So in this case, and Bruno say, if you do not let this go, and I cannot help you, and you cannot help, you cannot be helped. So yes, first let go the bad. So clean your cup and empty the old tea in the cup, and then you make yourself a new tea. So that is another way of cleansing oneself. Okay, dear friends, wish you have a good day, and God bless.